Hey y'all want to do a day in the life video? Let's do that. It is Sunday. It is like 6 in the morning and I'm already dressed. Got to get my day started. So yesterday I was cleaning. I was working on cleaning. So I actually cleaned my bathroom and my bedroom. Somewhat. Let me show y'all. This is the bathroom. And I actually like minimalism. It just so happens that half the time life be happening, my place just becomes a hot mess real quick. And then in my bedroom, I just have a lot of stuff. So I have a lot of things I still need to do. Like for instance, this little beloved corner. Clothes that are clean but don't really fit nowhere in my drawers. And this here, I just started putting stuff in bags. And I guess I'm going to make a goal to go through one bag at a time and actually put things away. And then the major project that I really need to do is this closet. This is what I need to do. I kind of just started throwing things in here, but I need to just really organize that. So I need to make some sense of this closet, get this closet together, get the storage acting right in this closet. But in the meantime, I'm about to go to the grocery store, Harris Teeter. They have awesome sales when you look at their sales flyers, and they have a double coupon that couldn't be used until today at 7 a.m. So it's about 7 a.m. now. And that's what I'm going to do. So today, I didn't even tell y'all what our plan is for today. We got a lot planned today. We'll see what happens. So going to go to the grocery store this morning, again, to catch that sale. Then Corinne just texted me at 7:30 saying she's on her way. We didn't have concrete plans. And she's not just coming here to see me. I say all that to say, I don't think I'm going to be able to meet with her today unless the universe just lines things up so that we're in the same area at the same time. We'll see what happens, because what's going to happen is my mother and sister and friend and stuff, they're coming down from Virginia Beach to go to the African American Museum of African History and Culture. Hold up. Museum of African American History and Culture. Yeah, they're going to that, and they have an extra ticket for me. So I'm going to meet them out there in DC, and that is going to be about, I think the ticket's for 11. So I got to be out there around that away. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But it should be fun whatever happens. Okay, y'all, I'm on my way to Harris Teeter. The thing about it is, when you travel a lot, there's some things that kind of fall to the wayside. And one of those things is routine. It's really hard to keep a routine when your routine becomes prepping for the next vacation, getting things together for the next vacation, doing laundry for the next vacation, unpacking and repacking for the next the next vacation. So, that's one of the things I'm looking forward to embracing with this downtime. I'm like, travel is my job, y'all. And now that I'm not going to be traveling as much this year, I feel like I have some downtime to try to get together a routine. Even then, I'm finding it a little hard because my habit is, when I get off of work in the evenings, I'm done. I'm a morning girl. Hence, that's why it's like I was up at 5 this morning doing things on the internet, getting videos prepped and prepared and stuff like that. So I'm a morning girl. So by the time I get off of work, I'm done. Like, I'm not sleeping or sleepy, but I'm just mentally spent. So I don't get a whole lot accomplished in the evenings. I'm trying to energetically work through that process so that I cannot be, because I used to be a procrastinator, and I energetically worked through that process, and now I don't consider myself a procrastinator anymore. And I believe the same thing can happen with being a morning person. I love being a morning person, but I also want to be an evening person, an afternoon person. I just want to be an all around person who can be productive
while I'm awake. And then the other thing I was thinking about visiting. Is that an old thing? Is that a thing of the past, like back in the day when people used to go out visiting and making calls, like house calls to people? Like there are people I need to straight up visit. Friends, that I don't know. That's one of the thing in relationship building and relationship maintaining. In this social media day and age, we kind of slack off on that. We kind of think that if we comment on a post, that means that we're building a relationship, and really we're not. So there's some people I would love to visit today. Try to do everything today.
Who it is. And then look at that. Look at the Christmas tree. I love seeing it. I'm not the only one with my Christmas tree still up.
Oh, we got some stuff pulled down. I started getting ready to ask Alexandra.
Hey, boo. You know what she told me when I walked in? This ain't my house. Like hell it isn't. This girl is trying to clown me.
I'm not trying to clown
because I can't zip my boots up or pull them up all the way. I'm about to lose weight. I am. But dang. Now she want to give me boots.
I'm just saying maybe your calves can't fit mine either.
And this one wondering, what about breakfast? There's Fruity Pebbles in there. Eat it. Like if you're leaving, who's going to make me breakfast? I can't with you.
It is a tradition. We gotta have breakfast every
Sunday. Oh, that is so cute. She said it's our Sunday tradition.
And I'm not gonna be there to help today. So.
Are you gonna help me cook today, at least?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Right. No, last Sunday I had to meal prep by myself.
Oh, this is so freaking cute. Who does this? These are black people, y'all. I mean, I know you didn't know by looking at her, but they're really black. Wow. Who does this? Is this what it's coming down to?
Black.
Wow.
Not just 50 Shades of Grey. There's also shades of black. Just so you know.
Big as fuck, oh my god, that's my baby. Caroline, hit it fine.
So they have tickets. I think she said it was at 11:15, 11:30. So I'm not even sure how that works. If they're really strict on, if you're not here at that time, you can't get in. It's like about 11:30 now. I think it was like around 11:20.
I was expecting for there to be like crazy lines or something, right? Because, I heard about this for like lines to be like out the door and around the block of people trying to get in or waiting to get in or wanting to get in.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
I had 2 tangerines.
And I ate breakfast, but I hear that there's a restaurant in here.
It's slavery food. That's what I heard.
You don't eat what's slavery food?
I don't know, but I wasn't there, so I figure it's
What? Chitlins, hog mogs, what?
yeah.
Chicken feet, beaks, what?
Beans
Fish eyes,
and,
beans
pig
and
feet,
rice.
hog maws. And
Now we gotta go in here and see if
this is where
if
Scrapple might have
it's
come from. I don't know anything about
food.
Scrapple, but
Grits. Woo! Look at them! This is the way you make a video. This is how you make a movie, girl. Flip that camera around sideways. This is how. Don't try to hide now.
Come on right there.
Well, look
Hey,
at y'all.
we here.
Y'all are here. We live. This is how you make a video. Come on. Come get this money.
right, guys, look. So we're inside. And I've always heard before that it was so crowded that you couldn't enjoy it. And Keisha, why you think it's not crowded?
Super Bowl.
Super. So in 1927, they proposed a museum of African American history and culture. And now in 2017, at the end of 2016, we're just getting one.
In 1951.
Ah.
Put the actual
A need for a museum. 1915 is when they started the petitions.
and rallying for it. So
This elevator is huge.
C3 time. We're going down 70 feet to the beginning of slavery, which was the start of slavery in C3, the fight for freedom at C2, and the changing of America, which is C1. The most difficult, heavy, emotionally charged objects that we have. You'll see the chains, you'll see the whips, you'll see the Ku Klux Klan outfits, and you will see the auction block. It's also dark in the ceiling below, but as you continue up to C1, the museum opens up and it gets brighter. As you continue to the light, I ask that you go to C1. C1 is where we have an interior waterfall. That's a place where you can center yourself and get your chi back. Thank you for coming.
So the names on the bricks back there represent some of the 609 people that Thomas Jefferson owned. The people remembered here include 6 of Jefferson's enslaved children and their mothers. Sally Hemings, Jefferson's children, inherited the status of their enslaved mother, who was about 17 at the birth of the first child. Yeah.
Welcome to the Reflections booth. Here, you can contribute your voice to the museum.
Get up there.
With the museum. If you give permission, your answers may be shown in an exhibition or appear on the museum's website.
So are you guys gonna pick the question? Which part of the exhibition resonates most with you and why? The part that resonated most with me is all of the contradictions that we're learning about here, especially the part that where African Americans or Africans and slaves, they weren't allowed to be married. They weren't allowed to be in a consensual relationship with white people, but they were allowed to be raped though. But it was against the law to be in a consensual relationship or in a relation. And if you in Virginia, yeah, or if you had a child in this relationship, the child was a slave if the mother was a slave. So that meant that white men can go out and get whoever they wanted pregnant and have all these kids to produce more slaves.
I did see a lady, I can't remember her name. She killed her 2-year-old because she didn't want her child to grow up into slavery. So she took the life of her own child, so the child didn't have to go through the things that she went through. So after she killed her child, she just began to, fight for her freedom.
Thought that it was interesting how certain slaves who bought their freedom and they acquired land, and at certain points in history they were stripped of their land no matter what, even though they had earned it or whatever by say 1400s, 1500s, 1600s. We still have years where, especially in Virginia, that's what I saw, where I think it was the Couch family or Porch family or something like that, how they owned land, and after they died, the state of Virginia took their land and declared them. They found a way. They declared them as aliens.
Yeah.
Like they didn't make them Americans anymore. They weren't U.S. citizens, and then they took their land, and now we don't know who owns the land now, but just the fact that, when we talk about, or we hear certain people talk about go back to Africa or whatever, trying to send black folks someplace else, when we have as much, if not more, right to be here, and we've owned land and stripped of it on top of that. So it's just like so many horrible things that have happened over and over and over again, and the nerve of people to tell us to go back somewhere.
It's a lot of information out there. It's still more to learn about. Even with some of the white people that was helping the slaves out, wanting to fight for us and our rights, and they got killed for trying to help us.
Wow. Yeah, and like I was saying, to me, it's just amazing. Again, what we're seeing happening today in America with laws changing to serve the need of those who are in power, that's what we've been seeing in the history of, in our history, that whenever they needed to make profit or gain, they changed the law. Whether it be the law to be married, whether it be the law to be in a relationship, whether it was the law to own your own property. And this is why we have to vote. 1700, I believe it was 1705, and it may have been Virginia, they took away the right for black people to vote.
Immigration is affected. That's another law that they're changing, which can end up being much more profitable.
They're doing this
for us.
again. I mean, when you look at Trump, he wants to go back and reinvestigate voting, what happened in voting. That's just his reason to change the laws again, to better fit his needs and to better serve his people and the people who are in power under his cabinet. So, again, if you don't know your history, it will repeat itself.
So the reason to come visit.
And y'all, we just on the first floor.
Yeah.
I think this floor.
We have C3.
Floor one. We decided to get some of this food after all. This the line? Oh, we kind of demolished the food, but the food's not bad. It's not anything to write home about either. Like, I wouldn't say, oh my goodness, you have to come here and taste the food. Am I on camera? All right, y'all. So we had our experience of the first 3 floors. What are you doing? Okay. Good Lord. Always interrupting production. I'm sorry. Of the first 3 floors, we're gonna have to come back and do the top 3 floors. We were there for hours. How long were we there?
Probably 3 hours.
Yeah. And what time is it now?
3:50.
It's 3:50, y'all. We just leaving.
That is 4 hours.
Woo! That was an intense experience, only because it's so huge and the amount of information. Shut up. And this one was trying to read everything. We had time for that. You can't read everything. You better pick one thing and keep it moving. So, but I'm super impressed with how beautiful the museum is, how well done it is. It's really state of the art.
Very stimulating to the eye everywhere. If there's a spot you can't look at, there's not something there for you to experience.
Yeah. So So there you have it. Thank you for coming out with us to the African American Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C. Woohoo!